And now, JD, we're going to move over to Jefferson. They're playing at Washington. This is the glory days. I believe Wink Bowl. Don't get me confused, which Jefferson came away with the victory last year. They're right now 4 and Washington's 13. So this is a playoff matchup
Right.
at the season end of the day. JD, who you got and why?
Well, I'll tell you, Jefferson's been playing some inspired football the last 5 weeks, and they've really done it all without having Tony Allen on the field. He did get on last week there in the second half. Still kind of not sure why he needed to play because you could tell he was still limping around, gimpy a little bit. Did manage to catch a touchdown pass, but definitely not himself. Looked only maybe 60% out there. So we'll see how healthy he is going into this game against Washington. I would say sitting. I don't think they need him against Washington this week, even though they're traveling to Washington. Washington's just, I think they're on a 2-game losing streak right now. So, Washington just hasn't, they've been really inconsistent, and that's kind of how they've been, their season's gone up and down all year long. And with Jefferson kind of on the upside of the season, improving to 5-4, I don't see anything changing. I see Jefferson going in there and knocking off the Patriots 48-6. I do have a touchdown to have them getting a touchdown because I think they're going to pull some starters late in the game. I think once that second half, maybe you give them starters 3 quarters, and then I think some of the JV guys are going to start coming in for Jefferson, knowing that they've got the playoffs next week.
Yeah, I think it's a huge game for Jefferson to give a lot of guys reps. Again, you can never just say, hey, it's a for sure win because it's any given day, right, any given night in Friday night football. So, with that being said, I think Jefferson, Jackson Rockwell's too talented. If Tony does play, hopefully they don't play him too long if they could get a sizable lead. But with that being said, I have Jefferson winning 49-7. I don't think it'll be close, but again, very close to what you had. Right. But the last game of the week that we will talk about, that is going to be Hedgesville. They are playing at Spring Mills. JD, who you got one?
Well, Spring Mills, again, they came off big win against Parkersburg South. The Vills going into Spring Mills. Spring Mills always plays well at home. Just the atmosphere, the crowd, and everything's always behind them really well. I just don't, see anything change in terms of what their records are going to be. And I think Spring Mills wins this one going away 47-6 at home against the Vills. What do you got, Drew?
Yeah, again, and it's pretty similar to what I had, but I do have Hedgesville. I think they've improved offensively a little bit too. They're scoring a little bit more. I had them putting up 2 touchdowns on the board. Both I think are going to be really late in the game. Not really going to matter. I have Spring Mills winning 56-14, getting tuned up again. They're probably going to be at the 8 spot, maybe as high as 7. So they got to get ready to, if they can win that first round game, to maybe go travel up to either Huntington, Morgantown, or Martinsburg to have a really tough round too. But JD, that moves us to the next part, and that's my second favorite. Other than doing the projections, I love doing the top 10. So, JD, if you want to go ahead and start us off with your top 10, you go ahead and kick us off, my friend.
All right. Well, I don't think we got a lot of differences this week in our top 10. I'm going Huntington again. No change there. At number 1. Number 2, Martinsburg. Again, no change there. 3, Morgantown. Willing Park. I still have Willing Park at 4. I believe I had my other notebook there. I had them how many spots teams moved up or down. So I got Willing Park still at 4. Jefferson at 5. And University at 6. GW still at 7. Spring Mills at 8. Musselman at 9, and I've got Woodrow Wilson cracking my top 10 again. They were there a couple weeks ago. I knew they were there for a reason. They had a couple games skid there, and they fell back to, I think, 11 or 12, but they had a big win over Oak Hill last week, and that was kind of a little bit of a shocker for a lot of people across the state. But, yeah, so now that bumped them back up into my 10 spot. So that's my top 10, Drew, and I'll turn it over to you. What do you got for your top 10?
Again, very similar to top 3. We've really kind of solidified. We have Huntington at 1. Martinsburg at 2, Morgantown at 3, and that's kind of our very first echelon. I feel like they just those 3. Two of those 3 should find themselves in a state championship game. But right after that, again, I'm with the line with the WSSAC. I have Jefferson at 4. Then I have University at 5, and right behind them is at 6 at Wheeling Park. But I think with Wheeling Park, Brennan Wack is the one player in state that can win you games. When you don't have him, though, I think it costs you games. So at 7, I have Spring Mills, who Wheeling Park actually beat. At 8, I have GW. 9 at Musselman, and my new entry hitting to the top 10 this week is going to be Parkersburg. Played a really good game last week. I know they ultimately came up short, but I think that they have a lot of talent on that roster, and I believe they can give that 7 or 8 matchup wherever they get to at the end of this this season a lot of fits, JD.
Yeah, and looking at the top 10 schedule, of course, University's done they've already played their 10-game schedule, so I doubt there's any movement there with University. So Huntington's at Lindsley. Lindsley usually has a really tough team, but this year they're kind of struggling at 2-6. So I think Huntington wins that game. Martinsburg, of course, going to or playing home against Hurricane 1-8. I don't see that changing. Morgantown plays against Musselman.
How much time? What is that? That is at 8. So at 7:50 mixture. I cut that out. Is it on your side over there? Good.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, perfect. So here's where were you at? You know, okay.
So yeah, so I was getting ready to do Morgantown.
Okay, so
because I got some.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
And yeah, so Morgantown, they got Musselman. I don't see that anything changing there. And this was the interesting game here. So I had Wheeling Park at 4. They play at John Marshall. John Marshall's a 3A school, and they're 6-3. Their schedule's not very tough. They a couple 3 of their losses again have been against schools that a couple of them didn't have winning records. So I'm kind of up in the air about this one, with Wheeling Park, because I'll tell you, if some way John Marshall can knock off Wheeling Park, that's going to shuffle some things around. We already know that Jefferson's probably a lock at the 4 spot in the SSAC poll, but that could change for teams like University, GW, Spring Mills.
Yeah.
So we'll have to wait and see. And that's the only really game I see changing, although GW does play Woodrow. So Woodrow's 5-4. We know GW's they lost against Jefferson a few weeks back. I'm not sure if they lost.
They lost to Huntington too.
They lost to Huntington. So I think they went 2-2 the last 4 weeks. So it ought to be interesting there. I still see GW beating Woodrow by maybe a couple touchdowns, but that's another interesting matchup there. That if Woodrow happens to get that upset, that could shuffle some things around. Spring Mills at Hedgesville, we both think that Spring Mills is going to win. Musselman at Morgantown, we both got Morgantown, and then of course Woodrow there at GW. So there's a couple games there in the top 10 that I find pretty interesting, and we'll just see how they play out. That could possibly change some stuff in the SSAC standings.
No, completely agree. And again, ladies and gentlemen, now we're moving on to our last part. Before we go further, though, we want to say we have actually the Kennedy Award winning leader right now coming in. That's going to be Brad Mosser, the wide receiver from Princeton. We'll have him on our next segment. So, again, can't wait to have him on. That's going to be super exciting. But, JD, with that being said, I'll go ahead and go over my top 5. Also got 2 honorable mentions I want to throw in there for the Kennedy Award that I have right now. So, at number 1, again, Brad Mosser. I think he's really ran away with it. I know some other lists have, Maddox Twig on there too. Max Simpson also is my number 2. Then I have Twig at 3, Gavin Williams at 4, and running at my top 5, I have Boston Todd. I think he's been absolutely phenomenal. But right around 5, 4 or 5 area, I think Jackson Rockwell, 30 total touchdowns in the last 7 weeks. Phenomenal performance from him. I think he's not getting enough love. And also have Brian Dick, quarterback from Martinsburg. He's been integral for that team to turn around. And they've been super special. Him and Boston's connection has been great. So, again, that's my top 5 with 2 honorable mentions. JD?
Yeah, and of course I got a few different names, but number 1, I'm with you, Brad Mosser. He has 33 total touchdowns on the season. I mean, let me just run you down his stats real quick for anybody that's kind of, saying he shouldn't be the number 1 candidate right now. I know things can change over the next couple of weeks or whatever. So he's 67 receptions, 1,075 yards in receiving, 11 receiving touchdowns, 321 rushing yards, 16 rushing touchdowns, 3 interceptions, which 2 of those are pick sixes, kickoff return for a TD, 3 punt return for a TD, for a total of 33 touchdowns on the season. So when you can do it all across, defense, offense, defense, and on special teams, that's a pretty special player you've got right there.
I completely agree. I think, like you said, Monsters just really ran away with it. I think Twig does have some big plays. I mean, I've seen a lot of his highlights.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my. He had a one-handed interception against University. A couple really big plays. I mean, he's a highlight reel waiting to happen. Also, he's just a sophomore, so he'll have playing more time. But, JD, want to go ahead and move on? Your list is pretty star-studded, though.
Yeah, and so I've got Gavin Williams moved up. And just 2 weeks ago, Gavin Williams wasn't even on my list. We didn't have a lot of stats for him, didn't know a whole lot about him. We were seeing things as we both see things on Twitter and other social media platforms. And it's like, okay, we maybe just have to start paying attention to this kid. And sure enough, last week, he had a heck of a performance, 420 yards or something like that. And 5 CDs. That really jumped him up a lot. He was already on my kind of on my bottom part of my watch list, but this week he makes the number 2 spot on my list. I think he's really propelled himself. So I think a lot of the stuff that we were hearing about Gavin Williams is definitely worth noting. Still got Maddox Twig at number 3. Matt Simpson, the other quarterback, number 4, he's thrown for 27 TDs on the season. So he's 2,400 yards. He's doing really good. And also got Malser's quarterback, Chance Barker. He's somebody that doesn't get mentioned as much there, especially in the conversation of the Kennedy. He's got almost 2,300 yards passing, 21 touchdowns. The kid throws 70% completion percentage, and not that it matters for this year, but I'll just throw out there that he has 8,570 yards total in a career and 106 passing touchdowns. That's pretty impressive. And like I said, I know that doesn't matter for just this season, but just his body of work over the last 3 or 4 seasons that he's been a star has just been incredible. And of course, I've got Boston Todd in there at number 6 as well. They had a bye last week, so his numbers really didn't change at all. And then you've got Blake Fisher. We've heard a lot about Blake Fisher. Haven't really been able to see a whole lot of stats from him, but I know he plays for Herbert Hoover, and they've had a great season also, Drew. And he's somebody to watch because I think it's going to carry over into playoffs. You know, some of these guys that might not make the playoffs, you'll see their names fall off a little bit. Guys that maybe get knocked out in the first round of the playoffs. You know, so it's going to be these guys that are probably last till closer. You know, get deep into the playoffs or even towards their respective championship games that they'll probably be the ones that will be the last couple guys standing there for the Kennedy Award.
No, I completely agree, JD. But again, we want to give another shout out to Big Mike's Grilling for everything they're doing. The SNAP program being down due to the government shutdown. So again, shout out to Big Mike's Grilling. Our next part, we had Bradley Bosser from the wide receiver from the Princeton Tigers. He's about to join us. We can't wait to have him on. Thank you guys again for watching this. We love you.
Yep.
And then go ahead and send you that invite. See where we're at with that. So 8 minutes. So from 7.
Now, see, for this one, we can have. We should be able to do 2 camera angles, right? Or can we not?
You're going to be joining. Yep. Just make sure that you're muted. 750 to 820.
Should I go ahead and tell him to join?
Yep. It should let him join now. But I'm going to send you a fresh link.
Oh, you're going to send it? Well, then if you send a fresh one, that he won't be able to join that one, will he?
He should still be able to because it's just an overall join to the pod.
Shit, why is mine saying low storage device?
No good. Incredible. Okay, I'm gonna let you in.
Hold on.
Oh, there he is.
What's up?
What's up, brother? Sorry, we're having a little bit of issues, my guy. It says you right there. I don't know why it said yours. Is it because I sent you that?
I don't know. We're trying to do it on two phones, so we have two different angles with you. But
Let's see if there's no.
There you go.
Yeah, we're good. Perfect. Now, we should be locked in, brother. It still sounds like there's an echo. Yeah, yeah. We're gonna.
you want me to just turn my sound all the way down, or will it not?
It's gonna have that echo. Yeah, we're just got. You can't do it at all with that, unfortunately.
Well, how do y'all do it?
So they have another camera that they plug up too. So they have a phone, but it's not close enough. We're not using the same app. He's actually recording off of straight his phone.
I got you.
Hey, how many touchdowns you got this year?
I want to say I
He
think I
got
have
33?
34 or 33.
34? 33. I had you at
Just go ahead
33.
and hang up on that.
Yeah, I'll hang up.
Yeah, I'm
I'll.
sorry. It's just going to, you hear that?
Yeah, it sucks. Hold on, I'll just leave.
All right, there we go. All right, brother. We'll bring you in here in a second. JD, I'll let you do that.
You can see him perfect.
Yeah. Can you see us pretty good, bro? You can hear us well?
I can hear you. It's just a little bit laggy.
I said, yeah, there'll be just a little bit of lag, but we'll be able to fix all of that, though, when we go through editing stuff. All right.
All right.
Hey, it's nice to meet you. Who you guys got this week?
South Charleston.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're going to punish South Charleston.
That's 7-6 to nothing. All right.
Have they pulled you? Do you play all four quarters? Do they pull you at all?
Typically in these games we go in half.
Oh, okay. So he's going to only play probably the first half this week. Does it make sense?
Yeah, I would. That makes a lot of sense.
Well, JD, whenever you're ready to start, you go ahead and bring us in, my friend. To 3.
Hold on, make sure I got all my stuff together. All right.
Good. All right. 3, 2, 1. Action.
And welcome in, guys, to more than a game with Fritz and Fitz. Today, we got a really special guest with us today, Brad Malser from the Princeton Tigers football team, guys. Brad, thanks for joining us, man. How you doing tonight?
Good. What about y'all?
Absolutely fantastic.
We're doing great, man. Doing great. Glad to have you on, man. And, we wanted to have you jump on here with us for a little bit. We've been doing this podcast all year, and you're actually only our second guest. We had, sure, Maddox Tweed. We had him on earlier in the season. When they I guess they had just beat Jefferson Spring Mills. That's right. Yeah. So, we've been waiting to get somebody else on. We figure no better person than to get you on here, man. Talk about your all season and you individually and kind of what your plans are here in the future and stuff. But I'll let you get started, Drew. If you,
Yeah.
Well, first of all, you go ahead and introduce yourself to everyone, and just say a couple quick words about yourself.
My name's Brad Monster, as you all know. I'm an athlete here at Princeton, and I'm just here to do great things.
I love to hear that, brother. And I'll kind of go ahead and get started. You've been compared to Ryan Switzer on multiple occasions. And again, I think that's a little blasphemous right now, but you are an incredible player. What does it make you feel like when you do hear those type of comparisons with somebody who played on Saturdays and ended up playing on Sundays too?
It makes me feel great, but I also don't like to get the big head. I like to stay humble.
Yeah, that's. I think that's the biggest aspect of it too. Is making sure that you can stay level headed. And moving forward with that. Obviously, you guys are 9-0 right now, looking to get a state championship for you. How big is it for you to put up these stats? But how much more important is it for you to win?
It's pretty good. It's a good feeling to get all these stats, but if we wasn't winning, then I probably wouldn't be getting all like the shine or whatever you want to call it. So if it wasn't for us winning and us guys putting in the work, then none of this would be right now.
Nah, for sure. And JD?
Yeah, well, Drew always likes to jump right into the season, talking about the season. I like to kind of take you back a little bit. I want to go back to when you kind of where it all first started for Brad Malster. Like, at what point, what age were you when you started playing football and you knew you had the love of the game?
When I first started, as soon as I touched the ball, I just fell in love with it. That's all I wanted to do.
So did you play you start from Pee Wee age and then go up through the youth league like that?
Smurf down here, we got it as Smurf. So we started 6.
6, right? Yeah, same thing. We just call it Pee Wee up here, but it starts at 6 years old too. Yeah. So was it always like kind of your dream to develop into play a receiver position, or so when you started in the youth league at that age, kind of where did they have you playing, and at what point did you transition to kind of playing receiver?
It's kind of funny. I started as a quarterback. I played quarterback all the way up to my freshman year. My freshman year, I was like in and out as quarterback and slot outside and running back. But
Huh?
my 10th grade year, we started a QB battle between me and Chance. It's actually a crazy like thing to actually think about.
Yeah, that's interesting. I guess he kind of won that battle, huh?
Yeah, he did. I wasn't that great. I was just a type to snap me the ball and I want to run.
Yeah, well, I guess it kind of worked out for both of you. So, well, Drew, I'll turn it back over to you, whatever you want to.
Yeah, you're kind of already speaking on Chance, so I'll go into that. Obviously, we have him at our top five. Both of you guys, top five Kennedy Award, finalists right now. So, what is it like playing with him? Somebody that obviously you have a chemistry with.
It's good. I love playing with him. He's really smart, and like the work ethic he has during like the off season is insane. I don't think any other quarterback like in our state has put in the most like work he's done.
I feel that. So, I guess kind of a follow up is how many hours do you guys think that you put in together to build that chemistry? Obviously, I know you do it everywhere. You do it defensively, special teams as well. But I mean, offensively, you could just see that chemistry that you and Chance have. What did it take to build that? Did that happen really overnight, or is that something you guys really had to work on to build?
No, we had to work on it. My 10th grade year when that all happened, he got the QB battle. I was like, all right, now I have to really put in work because now I have to grind at the position I'm not really good at. So
Right.
we would come in and we would practice, we would weight lift and then practice again.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. JD?
Yeah. So, kind of, who's been your biggest influence? Not only just all your life, but also football wise too. Who's kind of been that person or persons that you kind of look up to?
Um, I have a couple. My dad, my mom. I really look up to Coach Tanner. That's like my go-to dog, and Coach Jones and my receivers coach, Coach Witt.
Yeah, and that'll kind of carry right over to my next question for you. Is talk a little bit about your coach Tanner, and how he's helped you develop into receiver. Like you mentioned, you were a quarterback, then you transitioned to receiver. So, kind of, has he helped you, and in what way has he helped you kind of develop into that receiver that you, or just athlete in general?
He's helped me a lot. He was a receiver, I believe, in Concord, but
Okay.
that he was a big help. But my receivers coach, Coach Witt, has put in a lot of time. He's watched a lot of stuff to make all of us receivers really good. So, props to him.
And I'll just follow up one more with you mentioned Coach Witt, but kind of who kind of do you go to to your receivers coach more or the head coach like kind of during games? That's one part, and kind of what's been the biggest message from Coach Tanner all season as you guys have had this undefeated season going. Each game you guys got to kind of have that target on your back. So what's been the message from him or either your receivers coach pretty much this year?
Um, just take it one play at a time. That's really our motto when we're during the games because like you said, we got a target on our back. So every rep, every play counts.
Let's see.
Perfect.
But I guess I'll follow up with that. So, obviously you've been putting up historic numbers this year, 34 touchdowns. You have, I believe, what, 3 or 4 pick sixes too. I mean, I've seen those highlights. They've been insane. So, with that being said, obviously your recruitment journey is starting for you as well. Do you have your eyes on anywhere special? Who's the kind of your biggest offer so far?
Um, I don't really have like a big offer.
Any
All
offer is a
of
big
mine
offer,
is
bro. You said
um.
what? Excuse me?
The only offers I really have is just D2. I only got 6, but the big one I want is WVU.
Of course.
Right.
Everybody wants to play that blue and gold, baby.
Yeah, that would have been one of my questions. Drew stole one of my questions, but because it would have been if you had any offers and then what would be your preferred place to play. But I just want to know kind of what you specifically, or as a team, if you worked out, with guys like Chance or some of the other receivers, what you guys did this off season to kind of prepare for the year that you guys have had so far.
Um, uh, the guys you said it broke up.
Yeah. Well, just what have you guys done? You more specifically, but what did you guys do? Your quarterback and the other receivers. What did you guys do to prepare for the season this year?
Oh, we would always get out. So after weightlifting during the summer, Coach Tanner would always have like this little thing we can come out. It was optional, but in optional in football, like it's
It means you
mandatory.
got to go. Yeah.
Right.
So we would come out and he would start and putting in plays. Like we would have like 3 plays because it's a new system, new from everything we've learned. So him coming down, bringing in plays from Parkersburg South, we didn't really know, and he was putting in new ones. So it was
Okay.
all new to me. So he would have plays we would work continuously after weightlifting.
Oh, sure.
Nice.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it's good.
And JD, I mean, I really just have one more question for you. And kind of, it's another hard hitting question. Obviously, what determines a successful season for you? Say you guys aren't able to win a state championship this year. What else would you consider as a success?
Um, what would I consider a success?
Tough one. I told you, brother. You got to think about that one a little bit.
That's a tough one. I wasn't expecting that one. Probably just accomplishment our goals and making the community proud. Even though we don't go to states, we would still like to make our community proud because they come out and enjoy us and cheer us
Mhm.
on. So I hope we live up to their expectations.
I tell you what, you guys got a huge community too, JD. Before I give it back to you, watching your all's social media clips and stuff too. You can tell the community aspect of what you guys are trying to build. You're a huge part of that, brother. And I just want to say, congratulations on the success you had this year. My current favorite to win the Kennedy Award, which is, a historic win, and kind of to follow up your answer. Somehow you don't win it. I think you should be proud of yourself of just putting Princeton back on the map. You guys fell off a little bit. A really rough end of last year. Losing the semis, but building right off the success. And I hope the best for you, brother. JD.
Yeah, I got a few more questions.
Go ahead. He's got you, brother.
You guys are 9-0, obviously number one in AAA going into this week. So, kind of, what's everybody's mindset, knowing that you guys are looking at this undefeated season, most likely number one seed, and probably looking at 2 playoff games. Kind of, where's everybody's head at right now going into this last game?
One game at a time. We don't want to look ahead. We want to take everybody like it's the state championship. So
Right.
That makes perfect sense.
Yeah, and I think everybody's looking forward for that number one, number two matchup in the playoffs at some point. You and Bridgeport. Bridgeport's got a lot of chatter with Bridgeport. They got a good running back, and I think everybody's looking forward for that. Both you guys will be undefeated going into that game. If you both make it at that point, it should be a good game. I'll be looking forward to it. What's something that Brad Malser likes to do for fun outside of football?
hang out with my friends. You won't get these high school times back, so I want to take every
Right.
moment I can with it.
Yeah, that's that takes me kind of friends. I know you're probably a big family guy too. So your brother's on the team, right?
Right.
Yeah, he's a freshman. So how's it been this year having your little brother on the team with you? And you having the success that you've had. Somebody obviously he's probably looks up to you a lot. But how has that been for you guys? Like at practice and things like that.
It's been pretty cool. Sometimes when we go varsity versus JV, I like to have him come guard me, and I like to work him a little bit. But it's pretty fun.
Big brother behavior right there.
Yeah, I like playing against him. He's a fun guy. I love him.
Maybe we'll be talking about another Malser. Braden is his name, right? Braden.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, Braden. I'll give you a little shout out. Don't let your brother overshadow you.
He might be bigger than you, brother. That's the one thing them youngest always be able to come up and get you out of nowhere.
Hey, he might. That's the plan, though. I told him to always don't try to be me. Try to be greater than me.
Exactly. That's a great mindset to have, brother. That's a good brother right there, man. JD.
Do you play any other sports? Is it football
Uh,
or just
basketball and track.
Good. I like to hear the
Same
track.
grass. We all play the same sports. I played baseball instead of track. Obviously, you can see by my bill with basketball, football, baseball. He was, you baseball, basketball, football, right?
Yeah, I didn't play baseball. I just did football. I did
track.
Basketball in middle school, not track. So it's more like football and track for me. But yeah, I'm a big track guy. So I'll look forward. I'll keep up with you on track because I'm always looking at times. I'm always checking it out.
Basketball, I'll keep up with you, brother. That's definitely that's the sport I keep on. I played college basketball for 4 years too. But I mean, you can see your athletic build though. You just had the future to go play the collegiate level, whether that's going to be in track or maybe even basketball with your overall athleticism. I don't know how well you shoot the ball or handle it, but I'm telling you, you got a future.
I ain't that great at basketball. I'll tell you that.
You say you want to chuck that thing and run it, brother. I feel you, man.
The last thing I got marked down here, and I don't know if you can see it. You probably can't.
It says Kennedy Award.
It says Brad Malser, Kennedy Award winner. So it's right there. I got it written down already at the bottom of my notes. So man, but I think that's all we got for Drew, and we really appreciate you coming on here with us, man. And we wish you the best of luck next week and into the playoffs. And hopefully maybe we get a chance to get you on if y'all win state championship or something, man. We'll be pulling for you. And
maybe a chance too. If you want to tell him to holler about us, man, we might get him on as well.
Yeah, we get both of you guys on or something.
Hey, thank y'all.
That's all I got, man. You enjoy your night, man. And for JD Fritz and Drew Pitzer, Brad Malser, guys, that's going to do it here for More Than a Game with Fritz and Pitts. You guys have a good one, and we're out.
Yeah, make sure you like, love, subscribe, all of our stuff. Share it again. Brad Malser, the future Kennedy Award winner of West Virginia. You guys stay blessed.
Thanks, man. We appreciate it.
Good job, brother.
Thank you.
You killed it, man. There we go.